Star 99.9, today's best mix is Anna and Raven. We are hanging out today at the Orange Ale House Grill and Burger Bar with none other than Charlie Puth.
Hey, the Orange House Ale and Burger Bar.
I mean, there's so many, yeah.
So many.
They have a lot of things here.
We made it. I love it.
They've got great wings, too, in case you're hungry later.
Charlie, you got to be in that whirlwind right now. I mean, the EP came out on Friday, and everybody wants a piece of you right now. It's got to be crazy.
It's pretty crazy that, this whole year has been kind of like a whirlwind, really. I was doing nothing, like literally nothing, like the year prior, and now, now I get to hang out with that guy over there, and we're listening to music on the way right over here, and I'm just trying to remain humble throughout all of it.
Well, it's funny that you say that because you said I was doing nothing. It's like, well, you're 23. When I was 23 years old,
you were majoring in nothing.
I was, yeah. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna go to class and then I'm gonna go to the bar. Like, that's my thing. But to think about how far you've come in such a short period of time, and like, you've got the #1 track in the world at one point, and then on top of that, you're up for Record of the Year, Collaboration of the Year for the AMAs. Like, that's got to be incredibly nutty.
It is nutty, and by the way, I would do the same thing in college too, except they wouldn't let me into bars. So no matter, I'm very of age. I'm 23, I can definitely.
You have
go
that
to a
look,
bar.
though.
Yeah, they were like, the tear up his license in front of him kind of look. No, I'm very thankful. See You Again, launched my career, and now I can. It's amazing. People, I sing for thousands and thousands of people, and they scream every single lyric back.
It's got to be an incredible feeling.
Very incredible feeling.
I got to be real with you for a minute, all right? Because,
Please.
it's not like I was
Keep
following.
100% with me at all times.
It's not like I was following Charlie Puth's career. But, of course, then See You Again comes out, and everybody hears that voice, and they go, wow, this kid's amazing. You know what I mean? And then, honestly, you got the look. So then you're like, oh, here we go. Manufactured pop star. They came out with one, and then you go back and you look, and it's like, man, I mean, you've been slugging it out as an artist for years, putting in a lot of work.
Independently, and I mean, I don't want anyone to think that I'm manufactured, because I could not be less of a diva manufactured person. I think people are before when See You Again had just came out, which was not too long ago,
right?
Which is crazy. They thought that I was people who aren't familiar with the music industry were like, oh, they paid him to sing it, or
right.
They don't know that I wrote it for Paul Walker, and I also wrote it from. I didn't know Paul, so I had to draw from personal experience.
Right. You had lost a friend,
I had lost a friend, exactly, and I used that energy to write for Paul. When Vin Diesel, how he felt when he lost his best friend, what that must have felt like.
I think it was an apparent, man, because, I mean, the song just hits you right in the chest. For anybody that's ever lost somebody, I mean, it's incredibly emotional. It gets you right there.
What's crazy, and I never thought it would be my first song that people would know me by either. I thought my See You Again was going to happen when I was 40 years old.
Right, or like a hidden track somewhere, you know what I mean? Where is anybody going to get this?
And it just happened to be the first thing that the public knows me by, and the first thing that I write.
I mean, it's crazy if you think about the worldwide spread that it has. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and last night I was like, oh, mommy's interviewing Charlie Puth tomorrow, and she belted it out. And I was like,
really?
Think about that. She's 6,
Wow.
I mean, I don't think she understands the whole thing, but the fact that she can memorize it word for word, it's got to be incredible.
That's incredible to me. Because when I was just on YouTube before I was signed formally, and even before Ellen DeGeneres, I was just, my fan base, and thank God they're still with me. It was 16 to 18-year-old girls, and that's all it was.
Right.
Just girls. There was 1% dudes.
That sounds terrible.
Horrible. and I go to shows, and it's 25-year-old dudes, and 60-year-old dudes, and 2-year-olds and 10-year-olds. It's like my fan base, because of See You Again being such a universal song,
right.
My fan base has become more universal, and I can go around the world, and people who don't even speak English will sing along in somewhat of a perfect English accent.
Let's talk about that for a second, because we talked about working with Wiz Khalifa, but Meghan Trainor has become a really big part of your career too, with Marvin Gaye, and you're going to be with her at the AMAs. How does that come about?
So the Meghan thing happened. It was actually, I think, a year ago today, when I went up to her at a party with my phone, and I had a voice note of Marvin Gaye. It was not done at all, but I just saw her, and I was like, oh, okay, ding, light bulb. And I had, okay, it's a Motown. I only wanted to make one Motown record in my whole life, and that was Marvin Gaye. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the girl who is like dominating the world with this sound. I wonder if she would want to sing the song with me, and she did.
It's amazing.
Really
Yeah, I
incredible.
mean, when I heard it, I remember thinking to myself, this kid's got to be the smartest new young kid that's coming up in music right now.
You know how
Is it
old you
because
sound?
well,
New
you know
young
what,
kid, it's
but
out.
you know what? I mean, the
I
song
know
just
what you
taps
mean.
into something that not only I love and know from growing up and hearing it out there with Marvin Gaye, but my parents know. I mean, everybody knows that type of sound, and yet there you are. Here's something completely fresh, but completely old school.
And if they don't know who Marvin Gaye is, I got in a couple comments that say, "What is a Marvin Gaye?" I made Marvin Gaye a verb, and I made the whole world cry. It's been a very weird year for me.
That's awesome. Talk really quick about these 16, 18-year-olds. So I stalk you a little bit on Twitter because that's what we do.
That's fine.
Right. And then I look at the girls that for real stalk you, and I'm like, the ones that are like, he's my husband, and he doesn't even know it yet.
They actually have convinced themselves. They actually do believe that.
Right, that you guys are married and will have families. Like, how
But
do you
they
deal
actually,
with that?
they actually believe that.
Because
Like,
they're crazy people.
But they actually believe that, which
Hey,
is absolutely insane.
Those are listeners and fans. They're buying that album.
No,
But
no,
how do you-
They're
how do
working.
you-
I totally appreciate them, but I don't want them to think that I'm actually married.
Right. Because he's clearly actually marrying me. That's obvious.
Clearly, and some of that is illegal because they are 14.
Right.
I can't do that.
I've got one last question for you. Is I know that you've had a lot of big first days over the time, and we talked about how busy this year has been for you. But you've put out indie records before, you've put out singles and all that stuff. Now, 9-Track Mind is out. The EP is out.
The EP
Full
is
album's
out.
coming in January. I mean,
Yeah.
do any of these days feel like first days anymore? Or you're just kind of like, all right, we're finally working.
No, every day feels like a first day for me, and I want that to feel like that forever. I want to, like, always feel like the first time I made a song on an album, like the first time when I first dreamt of making an album, I would go on Microsoft Word 97 and print out booklets and stuff, like with my pretend album, put a parental advisory sticker to make it seem like I was a badass. Like when I was like, and I would show it to all my friends, and they're like, "Dude, you don't. This is a blank CD. You have nothing recorded." Like I want that feeling to stay within me forever. I never want to get jaded by all this, fame stuff. It's
Right.
stupid. Like if you admire what I do, you can totally come up to me, and I'll get inspiration from you. It's like it's a two-way thing.
Charlie Puth, thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you guys for having me.